Roger and Elaine.
From Dave Barry's Guide to Guys.
Contrary to what many women think, it is actually quite possible to have a long-term, intimate, mutually beneficial relationship with a guy. But, of course, this guy has to be a Labrador Retriever. Because with human guys, it is extremely difficult. Let's look at an example, shall we?
Let's say a guy named Roger is attracted to a woman named Elaine. He asks her out to a movie, she accepts, and they have a pretty good time. A few nights later, he asks her out to dinner, and again they enjoy themselves. They keep seeing each other, and after a while, neither of them is seeing anyone else.
And then, one evening, while they're driving home, a thought occurs to Elaine, and without really even thinking, she says it out loud.
Do you realize that as of tonight, we've been going out for exactly 6 months?
And then there is silence in the car. To Elaine, it seems like a very loud silence. She thinks to herself,
geez, I wonder if it bothers him that I said that. Maybe he's been feeling confined by our relationship. Maybe he thinks I'm trying to push him into some kind of obligation that he doesn't want or isn't sure of. And Roger is thinking,
gosh, 6 months. And Elaine is thinking,
but hey, I'm not so sure I want this kind of relationship either. Sometimes I wish I had a little more space, so I could think about whether I really want us to keep going the way we are, moving steadily toward, where are we going? Are we just going to keep seeing each other at this level of intimacy? Are we headed towards marriage, towards children, towards a lifetime together? Am I ready for that kind of commitment? Do I even know this person?
So that means it was, let's see, 2 divided by 5, can't do that. 2 divided by 7 times by 3 multiplied to square roots. February when we started going out, which was right at the same time we had the car at the dealers. Let me check the odometer. Whoa! I'm way overdue for an oil change here.
He's upset. I can see it on his face. Maybe I'm reading this completely wrong. Maybe he wants more out of our relationship, more intimacy, more commitment. Maybe he has sensed, even before I sensed it, that I was feeling some reservations. Yes, that's it. That's why he's so hesitant to say anything about his own feelings. He's afraid of being rejected.
And I'm going to have him look at the transmission again. I don't care what those morons say, it is still not shifting right. And they better not try to blame it on the cold weather this time. I mean, what cold weather? It's 87 degrees out, and this thing is shifting like a garbage truck. And to think that I paid those incompetent thieving credits 600 of my hard-earned dollars.
Maybe I'm just too idealistic, waiting for a knight to come riding up on his white horse, when I'm sitting next to a perfectly good person, a person I enjoy being around, a person that I truly care about, a person who seems to truly care about me, a person who is in pain because of my self-centered schoolgirl romantic fantasies.
They'll probably only say it's a 90-day warranty. Yes, I bet you that's exactly what they're going to say, those scumballs.
Roger!
What?
Roger, please don't torture yourself like this.
But what?
I'm such a fool. I know there's no knight. There's no knight. It's just silly. It's just plain silly. There's no knight and there's no horse.
There's no horse?
You think I'm a fool, don't you?
No, absolutely not. No, dear, no.
Says Roger, glad to finally know the correct answer. It's just that I need some time. There's a 15-second pause while Roger, thinking as fast as he possibly can, tries to come up with a safe response. Finally, he comes up with one that he thinks just might work.
Yes.
Oh, Roger! Do you really feel that way?
What way?
That way about time.
Oh, yes. Elaine turns to face him and gazes deeply into his eyes, causing him to become very nervous about what she might say next, especially if it involves a horse.
Thank you, Roger.
No, thank you. Later on, he takes her home in his souped-up Ferrari. She turns off the lights, turns on a little Frank Sinatra, and weeps until dawn. A wounded, tortured, conflicted soul.
Whereas when Roger gets back to his place, he sits down on the couch, opens a bag of Doritos, turns on the TV and immediately becomes deeply involved in a tennis rerun between two Czechoslovakians he has never even heard of.
You idiots! You think you're going to make it to the Super Bowl with these scores? Ugh, I tell you.
A tiny voice in the far recesses of his mind tells him that something major was going on back there in the car. But he thinks that he's never going to understand what. So he decides it's just better not to think about it at all. This is also Roger's policy regarding world hunger.
The next day, Elaine will call her closest friend, or perhaps two of them. They will discuss the situation for 6 straight hours. In painstaking detail, they will analyze everything he said and everything she said, going over every detail and exploring every ramification time and time again. They will continue to discuss this subject on and off for weeks, possibly even months, never coming to any definite conclusions, but never getting bored with it either.
Meanwhile, Roger, while playing badminton one day with a mutual friend of his and Elaine's, will pause just before serving, frown, and say,
Say, Norm, did Elaine ever own a horse?
We have a special song here. It kind of deals with family, with like people go into marriage with kind of a, they just go in, they kind of blind, thinking it's always going to be about feelings and emotion, and your wife's going to jump into your arms when you get home from work. And it's more about the marriage as being about dedication, about loyalty, about just hard work to keep a marriage together. And so this song kind of deals with that. It's just the idea that marriage is serious business. So here we are. I'm not. That's the good news. Hit it. want to introduce Bob Eubank, otherwise known as Mike Stewart. Get the next slide, we will quickly introduce our couples, and I'm going to ask each couple to let us know what their names are and how long they've been married.
Becky and Ruby, since October 7th.
Woo!
Josh and Tanisha, 5 years.
Gordon and Jackie, 8 years.
Jack and Mary, almost 46.
Wow, almost 46 years. Okay. Well, in case anybody hasn't seen the Newlywed game on TV, we're going to play very similar to that. I'm going to go over some quick rules of the game. We're going to go through 5 questions, and then we'll have a bonus question at the end just to make sure no one ties, because if you are as competitive as me, I'm sure you want to see one clear winner. Each question is going to be worth progressively more. The most points at the end of the game obviously wins. The host, also known as me, Bob Stewart, Eubanks, will also serve as final judge and referee. And please have fun. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get to the first question. In the true spirit of the game, we'll start off with something for the ladies. And we'll ask, on average, ladies, how many times a day does your husband say he loves you? Now, the way we're going to do this is, the ladies will write down the answer for this question. The husbands will then verbally give their answer. And then the ladies will show what they wrote down. Okay, so go ahead, ladies. Do some calculations in your head and see what kind of number you come up with. On average, how many times a day does your husband say he loves you? When you're finished, go ahead and put your marker down and give me a look. That's a big number, Tanisha. Everybody ready? Okay, we'll start down here with Rudy.
I'm going to have to say 42 times, night, day.
Let's see how close. Wow! I think we're going to give him credit for that. I think that's pretty close. Okay, Josh, what do you think?
3.
2. Very good. I'll give him credit for that. 10 points for Josh.
I like Josh's answer,
3.
4. Close enough. So far, so good. Pastor Jack?
3.
2. I think that's close enough. Great job, guys. Great job. Okay, we'll move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is worth 20 points. And Valerie, I'm guessing you're keeping track of the score because I don't know if I can do it in my head. Okay. Guys, who will your wife say initiated your first kiss? Guys, you can go ahead and write the answer down, and then the ladies will let us know what they think. Guys, write this down. Yes. Gentlemen, who will your wife say initiated your first kiss? And this is your first kiss between the two of you. So don't think too hard about it. Everybody ready?
Josh didn't know what hit him, so I'm going to say me.
I would definitely say Gordon did.
Mother Mary.
I remember when it was. So. 46 years. You were driving your 36, was it Oldsmobile? 51 Oldsmobile. We were driving down 170 and you pulled off on the side and you said, Mary Lang, I'm going to kiss you.
Okay, great job, great job. Move on to question 3, and everybody in the audience, feel free to play along at home. See if the two of you sitting at the table can get the answers yourselves. Ladies, question 3 worth 30 points. As a boy, what did your husband dream to be when he grew up? Maybe we had a few Major League Baseball players, leader of a band, Josh. I don't know. As a boy, what did your husband dream to be when he grew up? I'm going to ask Valerie real quick because she knows what I want to be.
Singer?
Yes. But I wanted to be a baseball player. That didn't work out when you're 5'8", so. Okay, everybody ready?
When I was younger, my family from California would always fly over to Maryland and spend time with us in Maryland. And when they left, you were able back in BWI to sit and watch the plane back up and take off. And I always wanted to be a pilot, a commercial airline pilot.
Wow, very good. Great job, great job. Okay, Josh.
A rock star.
I grew up in a Baptist church, and I thought that one day somebody would replace Billy Graham. And I thought I was going to do that, but I fell short. But I thought I was going to be a preacher.
Very good. Pressure is on.
An archaeologist.
Let's see what Miss Mary put. I think she should show it and to explain her answer, actually.
What's his name?
Soldier and Rain, okay. Well, 3 out of 4 isn't too bad. We'll move on to question number 4, worth 40 points. Ladies, this will be for the ladies' answer. What one article of clothing, ladies, does your husband wear that you just can't stand? I think we're going to stay with the ladies writing this one down. We have 2 in a row for you. Ladies are writing down the answer for this one. Ladies, what one article of clothing does your husband wear that you just can't stand? And I know Valerie would say, when I wear my favorite long-sleeve t-shirt that doesn't quite go all the way down to my pants and it's kind of a belly shirt at this point, so that's what she would say. What one article of clothing does your husband wear that you would prefer to throw right in the garbage? Is another way to put it. If there's anything at all. If there's anything at all. Maybe we don't have a whole lot of, too many fashion critics. Maybe you're just fine with everything. Just about ready? Okay, we'll start with Pastor Jack.
Tell the truth.
Maybe trousers that are too tight.
Trousers that are too tight. Do we have trousers that are too tight? The answer is... Would you like to change your answer? There you go. Goodyear jacket. Okay, Gordon.
I'm just going to have to go with something about socks.
You're not supposed to wear socks with sandals. Even I know that.
This is it, an old pair of Chuck Taylor shoes.
Wow, very good. Dirty old Chuck Taylor shoes with the holes in it. They're probably his most comfortable pair of shoes.
I have a pair of boxers.
We have conflict. Is he hot or cold?
I don't know. I have to say, there's my favorite boxers, but they have like a hole in them.
Oh, no. I'll stop you there.
It makes me sew him up. I can't even thread and sew all his shorts. No, I put, he has about 5,000 t-shirts.
I can relate to that. I love every one of them. So the boxers with the hole, it looks like the boxers with the hole in them, she's okay with it. Okay, before we get to the 5th question, I want to update everybody on what the scores are.